you can have that soup and have this soup. My toy gun!
I'm having a little hard time with that note on a draw. Hey, do you like this?
Yeah.
You want to try it? You want to try it?
Let's just shoot you.
Go in my backpack, in the lid part, the red backpack. And there's a thing in there. That's a surprise for you. I'm going to give it to you right now.
Okay, is this?
In the lid part, you know, the flap that goes over the top part of the backpack, the red one? You see the big flap right there? In the red backpack.
Where is it?
Come here.
What is it? What is it?
It's one of these.
Oh!
It's a harmonica for you.
Thanks. How you open it?
This thing's pretty legit, it looks like. Look at this thing. This is only $5 at King Soopers, everybody. You got a kid, you don't mind the noise of a harmonica. I don't know, I was looking at this thing, I thought it was kind of awesome. Look at this thing. Obviously it's not as finely tuned as the one I got.
Thanks, Daddy.
All right.
I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready. Good. So he's still a little small for that BB gun. And earlier today, things were frustrating him, just how to use it and all that stuff, you know, because if you know anything about these Crossman pump masters, you got to pump them with the fore end, you know, and then you got to pull a bolt back. And if you're 6 years old, that bolt, there's like you pull it down to a certain point, and you think you have it all the way back, but he's got to pull it down a little farther. He's not used to any of that. So he's learning the fundamentals, though. Like, now he's gotten to the point where he's a little more comfortable using it, even though it's a little big for him. You don't need to pump it that much this close, dude.
I did flee.
So, yeah, I know he's using a rest, but it isn't that big for him. Maybe I can show. Or isn't the right size for him, you know? But he's using what we got. And he's getting the fundamentals down packed. I never realized how difficult it is to explain to somebody the lining up the sights. When you think about it, you know, you can say it. Yeah, you got the rabbit ears, and you put the front sight in between the rabbit ears, you put the target behind all that. But it took a little while to explain it to him, because, you know, there's still like a little bit of a correlation you have to make with understanding how that works. Easy for us to understand, not necessarily for a 4 or 5 year old, like a couple of years ago when I had him shooting. So he's getting it down now. It's a good job. As you can see, the last time he missed, but I think he hit low, and it kind of bounced up and hit it. He's getting it though, pretty consistently. What is this? He's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paces. Ooh, little high.
No, I didn't do a
All right, let's see it. Good. Good job.
Can I do it again?
Yeah, but you got to pump it. Can you pump it? Even if you pump it only like 2 or 3 times. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Didn't work. Pump it 3 times. Pull it all the way to the top till it stops. All the way up. Do one more, all the way up. All the way up. Pull it all the way up.
Okay.
When you pull, all right. All the way. Nope, don't go down yet. Don't go back yet. All the way. Keep going. Keep going. All the way up.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's my bad. All right, you're good. You're good. You're good. Now change. So YouTube usually spits my videos back at 10 minutes, so I have to keep my videos under that. I think it's because I don't have either like some sort of pro account or something like that. So I decided to record an audio track to drive in a couple points that will be going with some footage you will see of me doing a friction fire, because I don't have enough time to put it on there. I put a lot of riffraff of Tristan and the dogs because that's what the video is about. So one of the big points I'd like to make is there was about half an hour of me yelling at this thing and getting mad, and that's about how it is for anyone doing it, especially if you haven't done it in a long time. I used to be proficient with friction fires in the Mojave Desert. So this is a really good learning experience in the sense of you got to learn that you need to keep practice of it. Even though you figure it out in one area, you move to another area, you got different plants, different things to work with. So it's a good idea to keep proficient with it, which really sucks for me because I am no longer enamored with it as a skill. To me, it's like a survival skill. I'm much more interested in the naturalist part of everything, observing the plants, animals, etc. So it's not fun for me, but I have to do it because I don't want to be dealing with this if I, God forbid, ever end up in a real survival situation. That's what most of this is for, right? So it drives in the point that you got to practice this stuff. You know, another thing it points out is that when you see it on TV, A, it's been heavily edited. B, these guys are the best in the world at this. So they're really good, and they make it look easy. People like Primitive Living on Instagram and stuff. I think his name was Zach. On Alone, you know, it's kind of amazing at it. So don't let it discourage you. It's irritating, it's maddening, and you know, I'm sorry I couldn't put the whole video on there because, you know, this video is more about my boy and less about me doing survival stuff. But I still wanted to try a little something. I'm like, I'll try that. It worked barely. There was a lot of getting mad at it. So just bear with me. And if you see all these things on TV and stuff, just because you see it get done, you know, you need to know that even someone who has been proficient with it, if you get out of practice with it for a little while, it goes away. You know, I believe that if I were put into a situation, I could certainly make a fire in almost any environment, but that is my confidence in my ability to do problem solving, not my confidence in my ability to make friction fires. It would take a long time. I'd probably get very mad and discouraged and would have to fight that, and you don't want to have to fight that when you're already lost or injured or just in a pickle in general. So yeah, and then hopefully part 3 will be up in a little while too.